Hi, my name's Frank. When I was younger, I wanted to be a bank manager, and now I'm the head of EMEA Marketing at Dotdigital. I think originally, as a kid, I loved the idea of being in a position of authority. I probably liked the idea of handling people's money and having something that felt, safe and secure and respected. How did I get into marketing? Well, I never really understood how creative marketing can be until I got there. I really love the idea of working with numbers and KPIs, and I loved maths as a kid. And I think that really helped shape my career through my A levels and through my university degree. But I think marketing, in my role specifically, is so good at being the bridge between the data, understanding why we're doing things, looking at trends, really getting under the hood. I actually like looking at spreadsheets. The other side of that is being creative. I get to be creative every day in small ways and in big ways. And that part has really made this role that's a real hybrid of my two passions. Organising the 2023 Dotdigital Summit, it was one of the most challenging yet rewarding experiences during my time here at Dotdigital. Getting 1,000 customers and people in a venue is such an impact, and you and the team that worked on that was absolutely incredible. Dotdigital events have such a high regard, and to be able to deliver something that was so well respected, people are still talking about it today, it was amazing. With my Dotdigital events experience here, I've had the opportunity to do some amazing things, interview Jamie Lang, meet Tim Cook, Denise Lewis, going skiing in Canada, and hosting dinner for 200 people at the Shard. Those things don't happen to everybody, and I'm really lucky that I've been able to put my stamp on events here at Dotdigital. The idea of communication, it's all about communicating the vision, your ideas, and being able to put that in a way that people can understand is sometimes really hard. But when it works, you can see this collective and everybody coming together. Teamwork really does make the dream work. I think also the idea of criticism. I think when I was younger, I didn't love criticism. I mean, who does? But actually, constructive criticism is so important, especially in a creative a role where you've got different perspectives to consider. So I think learning to handle criticism, channel it into making your work better, has really got me to where I am today. I watched the series ever since it started. I remember season 1, and honestly, it was one of the things that me and my dad really bonded over. We'd always watch it on a Wednesday night. I think it was Mondays when it first started. That goes to show how long it's been on TV. And I just remember thinking, this is such an amazing experience. One day I could be selling something. The next thing I could be creating something. Then I could be making donuts. Those who know will know. What a great way to experience all these different parts of business life and ultimately be on a show that you love. The experience was nothing that I imagined. I don't think anybody can tell you how it's going to be until you're in that situation. I remember overthinking and criticizing myself and the way that I was doing things a lot, and I didn't really feel like myself. I think the added pressure of cameras, the fact that millions of people are going to be watching you, definitely makes you change as a person. When I look back, I stuck massively true to who I was as a person. I kept my integrity. I really wanted to respect those around me, and I was never going to throw anybody under the bus. I think overall it gave me such a thick skin that actually has been quite beneficial to me in my career now. And I think, honestly, karma does come back around, and I think I really invested in being a good person. But the one thing I will say is that the experience led me to my now fiance. He got in touch with me via Instagram, slid into my DMs, and 6 years later, we've got engaged to be married. So if anything came out of it, that was the one thing that was amazing. Marketing is so broad. There's so much you can throw your talent towards, whether you're a good writer, a good designer, a good analyst. There's something in the career for you. And I think if you're somebody that really likes to trust your gut, and that's such a skill in our profession. You can have things, a blog might not read right, and an ad might not quite right, or there's a piece of content that you're not sure about. I think a good marketer trusts their gut. If it's not quite right, they'll go back, they'll review it until they're super happy with it. And 99 times out of 100, that's really going to be the best piece of work that you can put forward. So absolutely, if you want to get into marketing, do it. And once you're there, make sure you stick with it and trust your gut. I think younger Frank would be not necessarily surprised about where I am today, but certainly really proud. I think looking back, I've stuck true to who I am. I've continued with being the personality that I am. I've worked on myself, my team. So I think he'd be really proud of where I was. But I think looking back, thinking about how the creative flair that I maybe showed and the prowess of being a 6 and 7 year old, he would be pretty happy about where I am and pretty proud about the marketer that I've become.